Hello viewers, Mike here again today. I have a 2003 Dodge Dakota 4.7 I'm working on, and the water pump is leaking from the bearing. So we go ahead and get that changed out. So the first steps you're gonna go ahead and do is make sure you have a removal tool for your fan clutch, the nut that's on there. It's actually coincidentally the same size as the Ford clutch nut, a 36 millimeter. So I have my Ford wrench. I'll go ahead and use and pop that loose here. First off, you're gonna go ahead and remove the reservoirs here. And do that. You're gonna go ahead and unplug your motors here and the sensor for the washer fluid. There is a 10 millimeter bolt right down there. Let's see if I get my hand in there. So right there, my finger's pointing. So that's a 10 millimeter bolt. There's one on this side as well, right below the radiator hose. So I'd recommend pulling off that hose because you're gonna have to flush the entire system anyway. So, oh, and then your drain petcock for your radiator is down here. And you can get to that through your bumper. It's right there. Right there where my finger's pointing. It's a small white knob. Just turn it and it'll slowly drain the rest of your cooling system. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain it, get this removed, and I'll be back in just a bit to show you the next steps. Alright folks, I'm back. So sorry about the glare in the sun here, but I'll try my best. So I got the reservoir out of the way. So that was just two 10 millimeter bolts. Oh, where are they? There you go. Sorry about that. There they are there. So I also removed the belt. So the belt is now taken off, and if you don't remember how the belt went, there is a diagram right here. Put that up on the screen for you guys, just in case. Alright, so you can actually see how bad this is. I'm just going to hold one fan blade, and this entire thing is just rattling on the bearing. Same goes for this idler down here. It's literally falling apart. So more than likely that's the reason why the water pump failed. So I removed a bolt on the tensioner here. You just pull it that way, and it was a 14 if I remember correctly. To loosen that up, tensioner down there is, or the idler is a 15. So I'm going to pull that out. So once I pull that out, I'm actually going to go ahead and remove the water pump, since none of the bolts are behind the pump and I can't jar it loose with my tool. And since my new pump already has the pulley surface on it, I'm just going to vice grip it and pull it out of there so I can get my fan off. But yeah, it's 13 millimeter bolts all the way around. Some are long, some are short. What I'd recommend doing is having the new pump handy, and as you pull the bolts out, put them back into the locations on the new pump. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Pull this pump out of here, and my idler pulley, tensioner pulley is fine. Makes a little bit of noise, a little bit of chatter. I'm gonna talk to the owner of the vehicle to see if they want to replace that as well. It is recommended, as well as replacing the belts at the same time. But yeah, I'm gonna get started on this. I'll be back to fill you guys in where I am in just a bit. Alright, I'm back. So guys, it's been about 20 minutes in my time. I got my water pump off. So this is the fan still connected to the pump. The nut is loose, thanks to my vise. I'll show you what I did to get that all separated, but I just want to show you, with the fan still connected, it is possible to remove the pump from the vehicle. It's not a huge deal. You can get it to everything. I hit it with 3/8 and a deep well, and it worked just fine. So here is the new pump. Like I said earlier, I placed all the bolts in the correct spots. get a back shot for you so you can see. So there are 3 really long bolts, and they go up in this corner here and this side right here. So that's just in case you took all the bolts out and you're trying to figure it out now. It's a quick shot of how it goes. There's nothing on the bottom, nothing interferes besides the idler, and you know, that's recommended to be replaced anyway. And once you pull it off, you have free access to all the bolts. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my mating surface down there and get the new pump put on. But first I'll show you how this all came out of here. So what I did is I got a grade 10 bolt and stuck it up into the pulley from the back. So on this side, through one of the holes that you're supposed to use the Chrysler tool, stuck it through there, threw it in a vise, and a little bit of PB Blaster and a couple of taps from small little hammer. It wasn't even a sledge, it was literally a like a cabinet finishing nail hammer, literally. A couple small taps and boom, it popped loose. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap pump over to the new pump to the vehicle, and then swap this fan clutch on to the new pump in a little bit, and I'll be back to show you guys all that. Alright, so she's all cleaned up, bright clean and Scotch Brite. This I ended up using a little bit of really fine, I think it was 400 grit wet dry sandpaper on it because the crust was really bad. Another thing I'm also doing is I'm replacing the thermostat. So I pulled that out. It's only 2 8mm bolts. New seal comes with the new thermostat. Usually, if it doesn't, make sure you pick one up. Also, be ready with a catch pan down below to catch any antifreeze that comes out. This is the lowest part of the block, so you want to make sure you catch any antifreeze that's still in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that new thermostat in, get the new pump put in. These are both use O-ring seals, so I'm going to put a little bit of a silicone on it to make sure they don't bind up or anything like that. Other than that, almost done. I'll bring you guys back when I am bleeding the system, more than likely, or if we're into anything else that's interesting that you guys may want to know. Alright, I'm back. I did find something that is worth mentioning. Your new thermostat, if you look in the thermostat housing here, if my camera focuses, there is a cutout here for the jiggle pin. There's also a tab piece up here for your thermostat gasket or O-ring seal. So I cleaned up the mating surfaces. Go ahead and drop my thermostat in. So here's a thermostat. The new one did come with a jiggle pin. The OEM one that was in there had a jiggle pin as well, and here's a little tab on the gasket. And this actually came out of the box from AutoZone, all pre-assembled. So I'm just going to drop it in. I did test fit already, and the jiggle pin does move around freely in the pocket that's provided. So literally, just drop your thermostat in like that. I'd recommend doing it on this side first, it'll be easier to line up the tab and the jiggle pin. Then this just goes right to your block right here, and 2 8mm bolts, and you are a happy camper. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that put in, and I'll be back in just a bit. Alright everybody, I am back. Got my pump on. These bolts are Loctited in, so I put a little bit of blue Loctite on them as well before I torqued them down. They do torque to 47 foot-pounds, and make sure you do it in a crisscross pattern so that you don't warp the O-ring. Got the old tensioner back on for right now. The customer is going to be bringing me the new idler pulley later on today, and I'll just pop that in. It's my neighbor, just doing him a favor here, so I'll just come out and do that for him later when he gets home from work. Other than that, I'm about to go ahead and put my belts back on and fill her up with coolant. Alright, so she's back all together and running. No leaks or anything like that to speak of. So, wait until she heats up. We're topped off in my little free funnel here. We're using Dex Cool, customer's request. So, and you can definitely hear that the tensioner bearing is definitely squealing there. So I'm going to let my customer know to grab a new one of those as well. So far, pump's not leaking or anything like that. So far so good. Let her get to operating temperature and lead out the system pretty much.